Whenever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Ashrefonya tifo me mo bibiara kwaba eba PENDREAM TV. Afeye market na o kire say ECG containers na ayira no. Customs officials for na omaton containers no. Na ensem we nam so manana ama aja kon ene kwadwo yebo e de ensem bi atudwa omo kire say afeye market enka na ntumo parliament ho manan kasa kra na containers ya ayira ikra. Ono afeye market ka ho na omaton containers no. Na national security for kra arrest no. Ensem ahudo bi ka we ho na ama aja kon ene kwadwo yebo e de atudwa. Pesa be kama hwaneti omansa no enchiremu. Subscribe to the channel no, like na share jumadi no ma afofro ensa enkami. Jawo nchire e wo comment section ho. Kama hwaneti omansa mu enchiremu.
The ECG issues ni na eti containers ni binie. Ena eti national security for no e bia no no. Abusuafo ye ene de ye wo ayi containers okay. Enti containers ni bi ena si ho no no a
I can see 8. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other 8 or 9. Is it 8?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 8, 8, and then 8 coming all the way to.
Okay, fine. So some quantity have been taken from the top. And there will be only one over there. So this line is gone. And when you open all the containers, you see the same trend. So it means that it was cleverly done by the criminals behind these whole activities. So we just wanted you to have information about this. They are not yet taking the content, but they are cleverly taking some from the top line, top layer. Yes. So they take and they leave the last one over there. When we open the next container, you see the same thing over there. Yes. Yes. So
you're saying that they generally remove the top.
The top, yes.
Left one at the top.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you think that they will do that? Because if they are taking all and leaving one, what's the impression that they creating? So
if you're not somebody who know how the container are loaded, you will be tempted to believe that all came original like this. But if they take, let's say, one from this one, take two over there, when you open, you know there's something wrong. Yeah, so that's the modus.
Because I'm a businessman, the first question I ask myself is that how can ECG award a contract? And when the contract is awarded, all the person does is deliver at the port, present bill of lading, and request for payment. I said, with the greatest respect, I don't want to use a word. This is parliament. I was shattered. I said, how? And ECG would have to pay. So I realized that ECG was paying a lot of bills when they've not even had access to the goods. And when you ask them, I asked the procurement manager, director of procurement, a question. I said, why did he say, oh, chairman, this is the practice since. This is the practice. And they will bring you document. I listened to honorable member for Second lawyer, you from Second Kwesi Mintim. And I am adopting his submissions as though they were mine. The time has come. This politics, somebody says MPP, NDC, it's a system problem that I will any day support this minister to embark on reforms. How come containers at the ports, containers that have arrived, the bureaucracy at our ports, they say the containers are missing. Mr. Speaker, it is true that when these containers come, there is some connivance with some customs officials, and they sell these containers, these cables that ECG needs after the supplier has been paid. They sell the container, and then people resell back to ECG. Are we pretending we don't know? Instead of us to pay attention and kill the rots, then we come here, then MPP, NDC, so now they say, oh, maybe it's happening on the MPP, it's happening on the NDC. No. An honorable minister, I know what you can do. If we can give you support to do it, you must adopt a posture, a non-partisan posture, and tackle the rots. But if we all want to because I'm a businessman, the first question I ask myself is that how can ECG award a contract? And when the contract is awarded, all the person does is deliver at the port, present bill of lading, and request for payment. I said,
okay. Me who say any floor of parliament also after no markets go carry. Because omunyina a suspect. I was our case we mu.
Well, who say won't mean your wajuma? Who nimu left and right? It will make can be actually. Say if to acquire yes, I name my phone, you bet two as a cry. What's the one a board chairman? I'm on Yama when you now coso. Martin Wadi, who we are the question custom for any port for near the day, and two more fimu. No one and Casoye. All can Korea your pepper and Kiam so. And we shall black room near the day, any investigation about we are. Sadio Zanka M could say. You told him someone who be now one number as social container. Then you say no mechano. So say, what India near or coach on one day, confirm what your mom day, they may people do big and not on them Joru. And none in them Joru. What must say? Mimos non in them. Neniaje or Wiki Babu, Koba, any other day, or Yamdi, or Sabi rot and some fool way now come. Your Biambon friend said to be by answer question. You be a board chairman to parliament, work a cancer bill, and some phones are be a friend.
Because a friend of marking as some work as a board chairman on him say ECG near my one more year. And yet, as some way say near Pia, a friend of marking one more so that. So this is not the first time ECG containers one more time near my microphone. And just make her say, and yet parliament now as a friend of marking Kojina, a can we. As a former board chair at the ECG no, or your suspect. I was say you're picking for investigation. I was say picking Dubik. The Dubik quiet the buyer and son and Napo and son are customs for. And your friend of markets, as some year no original parliament I walk on. I was say investigation, Papa be air cost. I want more. Now I lead the ECG for a lead team. I quite baby chrono muton containers.
I call ye.
And your parliament now as a friend of market, and what can we say?
Nana me wouldn't be having one.
A friend of market so about investigation. Investigation Ben Wabwa.
I don't know.
Minister, any warehouse, any bush, no money at the other, and China for India for no investigation.
As on one of bois. As a picking by force.
Picking gun for Nankasa first. Omo your suspect, omo lead national security for actually omo involved.
Now, I didn't so I can sika container by back cost $500,000, $500,000. I can't say we no mass.
Any man, any crime, any crime,
no, 600 and something.
But one container cost
value no.
One
minister did value ni buy.
Costing $700 million. One container
and Yama buying in the same and Yama.
Okay.
Prices in the same thing.
Okay.
Even if it is a cable system cable 1.5 cable get the same cost. Yes, she shine mama where the board each way. Transformer will be mu, a boss bar will be mu, and just a different thing, what different thing cut out in the meters the other day. It will be a value different. To me, and getting out of valuing the same. We are not valuing the same. It is a Mr. Minister, bedroom baby, you are here. One crab the main suspect. So why can some year? You have a mouse, you have a question.
Yeah, Minister, estate in Parliament or say, and near money or question, a container, no, a container, transformers. Only stating a
containing transformers. A face be containing cables.
I visited the Temahabo. Mr. Speaker, we have about 3,000 containers stuck at the Temahabo. 3,000 containers, most of which contains transformers.
ECG has not been able to clear those containers. And so as we speak, we have 2,500 containers stuck there and stranded. And as they stay there, it attracts a lot of penalties and 2,491 containers. ECG itself presents as containers held at the port. 1,328 cannot be accounted for. That is very serious and that's very alarming. And I assure you, we would conduct a detailed investigation into this matter. And somebody or some people will be held liable for this. 1,328 containers cannot just vanish into thin air.
When we took over, I visited the Tema Harbor. Mr. Speaker, we have about 3,000 containers stuck at the Tema Harbor. 3,000 containers.
He has not been able to clear those containers. And so as we speak, we have 2,500 containers stuck there and stranded. And as they stay there, it attracts a lot of penalties and 2,400.
Makati.
Nanawa. Damn you. Minister Naikana 7. Or see he visited. Means Ohuye. Yeah. According to
that, we have
or see he visited, or see I visited Tema Harbor. We have about 3,000 containers, most of which were transformers. Me but let's say, well, beer container no so transform a womb, well who name a womb. Now fast forward, over catcher as the containers na yera. Prime suspect.
That you answer. I report no need actually.
Why? Ordinary diet or church or so no
alcohol. Report no.
Report.
Say akwa containers ni samho bebre.
Entinia na ko hu ye no.
Say container I report na onya no no kwen. They we na containers ni samho no.
Rama, don't confuse your listeners. Don't confuse your listeners. See, this is the minister speaking. And yes ordinary ko hwe keke o. Or see most of the containers.
Or say about one now he wasn't specific.
Play again.
Or say about we have about 3,000.
Most of.
But about literally say a bit me 3,000. A bit so 3,000.
Who the 2,500
what
do you have 2,000?
Yeah, about 3,000. More than 3,000. It is more than 3,000.
I got 2,500. Who the 2,500 moon family? 2,500
and your may woman,
transformers.
And now no chill mutimbola so nanti.
Come transformer be
transformer be. They are not telling us, showing us cables. The reset people will be resetted. Some of these people must be reset sharp. Rama, because NCC so Minister non come out need from Parliament
and the cable no
to her
cable. Na underground cable. Na copper. And I say aluminium. We any cause of transfer can be big cable.
NCC so stories no.
I say yeah, this banter and then this accusation allegation no yeah can you na NCC so na yeah electrical cables na yeah we. Omo import on your money buying e wo Ghana ha. So ahu. Enti wo mo say de ye ken, omo na wo peke wo mo a. Omo be kire eniema.
Ya diama na want to me peke wo mo ni say. All hand over no mo ka kire wo say 3,000 containers ni akraba. E na wo G document no. Do you get it? One ye due diligence. Enti what take you over? What I say? What take you over? We react to Parliament, House of Records, and catch speaker say, over 3,000. And how can you and call her bed crapper say, come and account? Where do you have bed crapper?
Usu Medina, Akosomo, 4 days in light in my.
I say, we are them because what the council Parliament are got to and do say what could get now 3,000 who were book no mono and our copper 1 copper was wako.
Okay, Minister Casa of Parliament in the home. It's Kwame video now you're ready.
That's what's at it. That's what's at it.
Right, Honorable Speaker, as Minister for Energy and Green Transition, currently my vision is simple. Right, Honorable Speaker, as Minister for Energy and Green Transition, currently, Right, Honorable Speaker, as Minister for Energy and Green, Right, Honorable Speaker, As Minister for Energy, Right Honourable Speaker, as Minister for Energy and Green Transition, currently my vision is simple. I want all the 1,346 containers accounted for. 1,346 containers. Whatever it takes, I'll bring those containers to where they ought to be. Mr. Speaker, let me set the record straight. And if my good friend, Professor, will listen to me, there's not been any inconsistency. At the transition committee, Honorable Yarga was there. As Minister for Energy and Green Transition, currently my vision is simple. I want all the 1,346 containers accounted for. 1,346 containers. Whatever it takes, I'll bring those containers to where they ought to be. Mr. Speaker, let me set the record straight. And if my good friend, Professor, will listen to me, there's not been any inconsistency. At the transition committee, Honorable Yarga was there. They gave us a figure of 3,000. Then they told us it had incurred demurrage of 1.5 billion. I was sworn into office on the 17th. On the 24th, I visited the harbour. At the harbour, I was told the containers were 2,500. That is what aroused my suspicion. I didn't say at the harbour that the containers are 2,500. I couldn't have counted 2,500 containers instantaneously. And so from 24th, I went to brief the president on 27th. And by 31st, I had established this committee. There was media coverage. And we took Professor Senyo. He's a chartered procurement expert. The report was submitted just this week. It was during the presentation of the report that the committee told me that contrary to the figures they were giving you, over 1,300 containers cannot be accounted for. Right Honourable Speaker, as Minister for Energy and Green Transition, currently my vision is simple. I want all the 1,346 containers accounted for. 1,346 containers. Whatever it takes.
Minister Kasa of Parliament in there. Or say 1,340, be make sure say 1,346. Obe make sure say yes, I be can contain.
Nanama, me person minister, me can't minister say. Me send any day no boom. Me ame me catch and say. Ye contain and Ghana for share. A dear na no contain anymore. I know na Ghana for a shape of a using for shape say. It's a famra. And when you empty containers on number as you know. No, the empty containers by the end of the day. Go beyond the man.
But baby, I could be anywhere empty.
What's it?
Warehouse or Mokoyan, so I have videos Nibia. Cables go and Yama
cables look where we go.
Nanama. Where are you container? A bill of lady now or Mojiano. I don't know so much near Madudu here. Adia here no. And you container na and I'm the Bontino.
Okay.
Ah, what can BMW? No BMW should contain a more. We account more BMW, can't put a modding and a container, and if you near the Mawa. Okay, for my president to be a yes, according to your leg, send a car tie. Or didn't you ever go more president back to 2 years? Okay. Actually, you can't man or the code if you cock a car tie in managing. I was Padiana and the woman can't tie and all petty woman. Timun can't minister say, and you contain and you check. You shut the cry, you see the crab eye, content in your check. You contain every mini container now, empty containers, different places to be seen for so many also.
Okay. Yeah, moving from Nanyang Chief Justice.
And go for more testing, no. Woman to was here. Testing the Bebasa. Young year price about Ababe Pempancophobia. One more Biam. Kojo ebo chane nyankopon da Roma na na madu abo me fi mu ne ma appointment na me koto papa so a mo metete me na se be gya yenye saa na makati nya bia saa na be na ma ye ma obia ba bia do be ko bia me se do ko ukodi poradmo chade ye do ko ho no mo a ye beto okra bi pa be onwanwa ye be huru pepepe wan to ne ma ye na so koto flower ba be si wonom be $500,000 afise be gya it will be NDC ni bi atifia edi bia ye di saa the papa ne kan insisi so ya de ya mama pemba
ye pesa ba
we ese etimi ko be 20 years we bonus we nka ho omampani we nka ho afa ne be 16 ne we account 20 we mistake be clear off nipa almost 7 million to ye no competent people benches say good we will change you
no quite no
change you
yes so the anya be bu amanfo gari
wa best sound ya ma on tell ma on say niemu ya best sound energy wo you expect papa and this we expect okwa break at the expect okwa foreign affair expect
misinformation
they make count man say no no make count
misinformation
you pay me charge
3,000
you misinformation akufado energy the same energy sector okay eja akuto omram you pam na up to anya na nche no eti ha no udi agro dia you be change you
okay for
the government look good and the government is looking good.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, more beyond time. Yeah, for that. Then.
For yeah, quite nimna answer na no. You mean a fam. Yeah, because Chief Justice and send some so. Na yan quite nim. Misraw ya ton a fear kasia pa commercial building. Our circle. A Belodra Rise. American Moho. A do to me the year suit me the school banking horn you now wom assassin so kura da ho enti misro ope commercial building pa e wo kron fi that circle pa dia for 0244 810339 0244 810339 and that says 0208 178953 02 mama kwame kwache yale 0208 178953 afa ya ton asase eda kumasi krofifi asase eda kumasi krofifi ya ebo no eda form estate developers ankran nyina utimi kokwaje asase ni bi kumasi atasama so ebe headline educational complex Manzayo hospital wono mo pe asase no eda yi ankasa manso twibie ne ho to ya ne ede ho document nyina no janu ni ade amawo obetimi afre 0549 436442 0549 436442. Afei your friend said Energy Commission said May June 2025 certified electrical wiring professional examination no baso. Eti domestic, commercial, industrial inspector categories no. Woko wam website one more www.energycom.gov.gh. Unsu ubetimi apply examination ni ebinuwa yebi na wenya certified certificate. Ha ya ebeji watumu deadline is 4th May 2025 Accra office on the phrase 0302 938464 0302 938464 Kumasi so 0322 495964 0322 495964 Affection so Safada Abraham Semen kancho say obrebni enipa edi akonmu yade eti cancer, stroke, diabetes, epilepsy, typhoid nom, HIV nom, BP nom yade bia ha bia prostate nom no ulcer nyina kidney nyina no okwafa dabra bibiduro mu ayaresa obehwew ama wa pro yade agunu wagina wona so afesunsu mu yade akun bia da so cases bia se wo pelak ewa brabo ma ware mu adwuma ton mu adwuma bia mu no okwa oboa o special soap bia wa ya wunya bidware a eno so lack favor ni grace e kan ho saa Father Abraham ewa fankobare asofa Star Oil Filling Station betimi afre 0244 371695 0244 371695 na say 0559114122 eso ye call Chief Justice and send some no eso ye nyina enim say petition akọ President Mahama ho wo the Ama Council of State ya wo consult wo mu near ebeye or establish prima facie against Chief Justice na e was so suspending on next senior most Supreme Court judge and no ena akwaye oye good even Ghana any lawyer ba akoto a wo mo senior most judge no so de ono ye bafu boni se bafu boni baba ye de o mo say e frightening so frightening se I don't know meant because the rap your friend say yeah good even Ghana no God watch it the way oya de na say constitution ma president to me say council of state for you madwuma no ma establish say chief justice afum no obe panel grofa mama ya adwuma na so suspending na waka say senior most supreme court judge ya ono eye bafu boni no be ye ebe act as chief justice dia eye so frightening no me ntiase ade justice bafu boni ni hu sa
if you be afi see within the MPP circles now we see bafu boni and I'm 2012 petition failure.
Oh, okay.
Because it was only a Santini. So the expectation was that Obe align and a wine. Do you get it?
Okay.
Accounting on my side stepping, but once no need said John a area. No, said John a area. Don't we say Jumana de Omato, my ye Jumanary. But Bafubani the law need Juma. And no my side stepping on my cofa Gertrude. Arabe Sabatoko no abase ombedi and 7 no mom. But things say Mamma suffer mom payamano. So obetimako last chance I won't call no mom payamano.
Oh, yeah, second chance.
Second chance. Oshia need a tobetima bom payamano. But now you're the aye
prejudicial. No.
Then I'm a kind of
there be near any dear.
Then I'm a kind of prejudicial.
Say your cousin near and aye no.
Then I hear
the petition.
No, then I hear we. Nanama.
Okay,
maybe now we hear prejudicial commentary. Make
say yeah.
No, when I want prejudicial comment because me say near year dear. What I say, you see, the woman is running ahead of herself.
Okay.
Otumrika no before Quebec say western no pre yanko. Minimum wa wati. But Uyene could do this pointer. You defend where you're doing. That's what I say. She could have used neutral people. A man for you perceive you more as politically exposed. Now, on my yes, advocacy, I'm on a back door. By using Vincent Ekwesifua, former Attorney General, as lawyers and in as for to do this skirmishes and there, a clear say a political agenda and I will execute it. When your money yes answer there, Anama, you won't survive it. That's what I say. You won't survive. Minimum in time I'm in a prayer no. But at one hand no. Me ya nya didie bi se ayesa hom pepre na antina na afenyo marking case ba no wa share case no okwan so no wa executing in a day because we found asema ye kan release Felix Ofosukwati dia tudwa no emfa ho or sit president consult Council of State in line with Article 1466. What I say? Now with the Mercatro letter, come president to say, SSC or Mao petition be no Mao 7 days now with the one. One, you are creating the impression say the president is acting unfairly towards you. One, what painted president and so or your bias. Answer you the judge petitioner command one till when no more simple and what refer those petitions to the Council of State. Or you are not citing instances petitions are against other people or more Kenya and therefore the president should do same to her. I don't count all the Terran party rule. Nama, but she has forgotten. So one cannot be a judge in his or her own court. That is also an old axiom within the legal system. At then on the so town or panel judges or meeting as him. Lawyer now in the Kasaya. Who be son and so a prerogative. I laughed. At one point, all the Otteran party, you support it. The other school of thought, the car said you cannot be a judge in your own court. And you cannot have a chief justice sitting and deciding who and who to sit on a case. I or no, personally, what letter am I president requesting for the letters? Conflict of interest. Our interest in the matter. Case Vincent Filey, the Chief Justice have interest in this matter because what letter, Akoma President requesting for the President to furnish her with the petitions. And then our new Chief Justice the best decided so Kwajo Amara NS Mona Mon Kotanamun decided on this suit. Do you get me right? No, if it's about what didn't want to know, but be a boom ra. We can so step aside. Not process no. A yen waduma a pepe. But Naname, President, what former now on from where? Per the Constitution, who pursue who Chief Justice few officer, you start the initiation of the removal. Yet the petition my President direct. President in the petition the director. Now there so young so the petition Hema Council of State for. Na omashim. Nyana momo kase prima facie no. There is no prima facie as far as Article 146(6) is concerned in law. The 1992 Constitution made no such provision. A justice that eba and a koye ruling be and a ma roadmap as to how that should be done. Do you get it? Whether that can take precedence over what is written in the Constitution is another matter for another day. And the President so meet the Adenama. Once these eminent members of the Council of State a study document, almost a degree, no more recommend the President. So, there is some meat in this petition. So you can go ahead and investigate the woman. Then President Ebeti Committee or T Committee, the Committee of 5, they will give you the opportunity to respond because the committee cannot invite you for your side of the claims against you without affording you that opportunity. Why is she running? Why is she going to? Case of Mudi, I don't want to sound prejudicial, but that is what it is. In Article 146, it is not a matter for Supreme Court. Supreme Court has no jurisdiction on Article 146 because everything on Article 146 is limited to a tribunal. And to say, you go to tribunal, you don't go to Supreme Court.
Okay.
So for those who have run to Supreme Court, they are doing so in error.
Some court tribunal court. Because
the Constitution restricts everything about Article 146 to a tribunal.
Okay.
And the President, a tribunal trust you and decide on the matter.
Okay.
Okay, sir, you go to the tribunal, you don't go to Supreme Court. Okay. Because Chief Justice is the President of the Supreme Court.
Okay.
And you say, oh, court, Supreme Court, say, or no one any members, or more new or more benches or no, and could take a decision on the Chief Justice. Do you think you will get justice? The framers of the Constitution may be fishmongers, but they were not stupid. It is a way a lawyer and you know what sorry called Supreme Court that you don't even know what they're doing. Go and read again and come.
But Makati or deserve say obenya copies petition is no obenya copy.
See a new ho.
Okay.
Yes, penny do manti. Asamo no yem can yem bo. You see, me I mean kasam to na me ye birth and death. Get no story see wadaveti obukwa could do $1.5 million. So the call Gary no Marco and not throw letter. Letter none to me, or man farmer me direct. And central for being a G no money make a say so be save them too. Now they mean some can letter you me den yano. He say if you Gary one a bad director, what I say? Me yano. Do you get it? But because I'm mad direct to me, me yano. I will not respond.
Okay.
Do you get because I have address. Me na wo hwema ba wumi. Is that old letter mama me mfa nkofa na mas na nama fa letter mama cat. No. Nanama does not work with that law firm. So what I say?
Okay.
Menji letter now I didn't respond and I will not respond.
Okay.
Until it gets to me. Do you get it? Chief Justice yen serve we in the court process no. Yen serve we you don't respond to anything. Take it as though you have not been served.
What you want to okay.
Elsewhere, okay. Lady Hale also. You see, judges are advised not to even listen to radio. You see, judges are trauma for some media. You don't need to listen to because it will form part of your opinion. Do you get it? And the elsewhere, but your judges are not pro media, but Chief Justice we. Justice Arabato Konu Gertrude. You didn't know what social media and also.
The deal with the papa.
Midin food. Or say, or referencing the letter and was who was social media. Now, Chief Justice put me the social media basis to write a letter to a president.
I don't cry misconduct.
You knew when I watch TikTok. You knew when I'm Tinder. You knew when I now YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram. Over that time I read it. No wonder.
Okay.
More rely on Black Dictionary. Am I a decision?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're as I catch things and I catch the running in a month. Why are there no Tina, no Pania, the Macatis, and the Abri Mamiso? The Mamma, no, one. At the end of the day, Yana, Nana, Motone, missing Nana, I be memory one. Young Yas sound near my pet naked Kujakwai. May come what as they say no who next I don't know I'm working who where the now no say ya IGP the eba na nkrofo started some more court ade achi anadwono na pautim ene e kan to wan be ko mu amonko ene mawie maami we di abaye nkrofo eze na ene we awie o
aka Guantanamo Bay for no.
Well, on the echo.
Easy
on the echo.
They say, oh, madam Guantanamo Bay.
Aha. And to mommy, where the end, I just say, I history. Ya pon. And on upo sa provoke president. Yenya obi ma adwo eden amande ania. Yem fa lete musa hwe ade ba ye was all the council of state as one so more advice ni ade ye din na hwe de ko so pese hu ade kre ko so na unim say even put say yem fa say was nipa miensa ye mo asimasi na obenti wutima say say nipa miensa ne yem fa say ko so bia 3 member of Supreme Court judges ni e could be a better person bia nipa miensa na wo no mo ni ade brawo ne wo be hu mo say ube pan ube di asem ana bibi besi a e de na no mbe enti wo no ye ni hwe de ba be kire wo ade na step by step anso na be do so no ni e kire ba bia e dey bra be hia ni ne nka ehun nsem but when you bread and one family who are you
oh your chief justice
and so what anyway your president we won't mean chair president de wonye nya na be chair president say mama ye mi say me pese me ye say da bi o e da ye no an say na me and no baba tell one chair president say one for petition him na no kan no won de ekoso petition be no family no wa friend na obusi na sem wo say chief justice wo de mra na ye adwuma na no kokotran na okasa wo say biam say nya do obo bi anim so no bibi o ye bia mra na ode ye ni ade ade obi akasa one family na ye obi na okasa na oba mpesie wo yusu mra na ye emra no an ye wo emra na no mampani yusu e ba ye no mampani se bi yusu mra no me president me na me ye we number 1 agent of the land and nka ye mapam straight a wanye ne se mra no so pese o yusu obi na ye petition abre nyante bo ase ti ade ni gidigidi anana ni abra odi we Mamen kan chire Ghana for ne maame no nya we nana ye ni na wie sata ma no obo 5-0 7-0 9-0 kwase matches sa na ne wo obo
unanimous
sa wo pana nkrofobia consistent wo pana sa nkrofobia na anu a ye to aba wie yi a wo hu se difference aba once a pana 5-3 bi ai wo kai sa 3-2 bi ba ai no sa right people bi no one pana mo previous one mo nko bi o.
Okay.
Na anu na to aba bi o se resetting start ye no sa 2-3 judges na results from the buy.
Okay, Kwaju.
Sanko meba what man say sanko for we me ensa we no nana wo mo de ne de edem kama ye pese o ya we enyo no kwa na sa we be affect no sa 7-0 9-0 for no wo mo so gu bench ho anhwa asem krom nya bi mi so mo ye 18 or 19 another people no panel ye mo ye be panel do mo ya de
nanawa enye easy udi container be fi port stages are be firm your customs our port your GRE for our port your national security our port me wa your port security private security our port ho na se omunyina trase na containers over 1,300 plus containers ube catch me say ajira wo ye mambofo wa wo kasa akire me no ubu mi kwasea ubu mi se me ye jimi for me ni agringo mi team enti na wo hwe mani ma catch me say 1,300 plus containers are missing. We are not being truthful to the people of Ghana, and I'm very passionate and emotional about these things. Minister na my TSC say during the transition na over 3,000 plus containers me wa due diligence ben no ye due diligence ben and a minister a ye. You see, this person didn't just come from heaven and now mass and the minister. He was ranking on energy committee. Me wa. Those days, you do light, you will challenge BR or tweak problem nature. True or false in opposition.
True.
Where did he get the information from? Sa papa when the back catcher and say MPP 5 days 5 hours, so say 5 days. Energy reserve. If at the time you know this, now what now committee so now you see you 3,000 containers for a cupboard one to me and check it down. We need partner or dima or now and say I'm passing 3,000 containers are now okano a si hot and now a wapuso where and a sa containers no one correct 3 months after and ababe catcher and say 1,003 plus ajira kwa hin si ajira o ka ajira o port and when anya port when we go ka once you have not cleared ECG say mon clear mo near man fi port wa na 1,003 plus containers e wo port na wu a anya port page one abaje ana na wona wu chinchin hwehwe ba bia container no wo is it the case say wona be mo di container no ko ye
Okay.
Because only aduma port ho where bill no any wunsam containers o muyi na wunni ho. Why are you the one telling us where the containers are? Say wunni mo ho hwe a.
Hey. Serious allegation.
And yes, serious allegation. We are asking questions. These are questions I am asking.
Okay.
Me bisa questions. Enti nana oti na make na say. Ube park wo car wo Accra FM ha. Ye ji wusika. Na oba ne car ni ho a. Wan na akọ.
Unsi abonten kwahwehwe. Company ni security first or na first yeah.
Enti no adenti na in our case ya tia sikrum. Eni ye chi ne ye hwehwe abra port na waje musika ana waje musika no ewo ho. Abra GRE ewo. Since say warehouse ye wo custom banded warehouse. Warehouse be a custom ni wo ho. Me wa.
Yeah.
How did this thing get missing? Now, crocodile the John story, Muslim 140. There's 1,003 plus 140. Into me, mom in some amount. 140. And today, when a car containers, who ordered company buying and a shipping buyer, and the man a bedroom. bedru ya why na yi. You look for people at the port to answer questions. Man ko contract obi so nko investigation me boy kabio. We na ehun here committee. There was no need for any special committee whatsoever in this matter. So betting committee to go and count containers. How about Anama?
Because Yamau reports 3,000. And 3,000 we say utie minister no. The first day you can of parliament ya. Or chelesa wakwa akwohwe. Video no.
Ndu kwahwe na wo ha.
See ya onu anu mu asem. Original parliament no wakasa about 3,000 containers.
Eh ye den eso ate.
After 3,000 containers in an annual report and say aka 2,500 no so kra no ye wiemu 1,003.
Anama. Enti mo
no from 3 days near me who say report and say 2,500 mu 1,003 ayira me be kan ha say do baby because 2 weeks ni me bo minister video wa ha
me per video no pa Ernest send video no mami
me e wa me phone so me bo video no wa ha oni de na me bo video no ha na me ni abre say ada na ECG fo e kra containers 3,000 e de ba ma ne ka habo e na ECG adwuma na wo mo ye no e ye nka na ye to ye sika no mo bo no e import containers 3,000 de ba ma ne ka habo mu hia esi bi kwa mbe use no 10 years le kura ansa no be o mu be use enti me buafu ECG fo na me boy after this week no report for ne say 2,500 and no kwa mu 1,003 agira by minister ashase no nyasa na aka kire Ghana.
Very good. Enu ntina no pa me born ja and I'm going me body job. Let me tell you, the same minister kire and say ECG we are ekra near $500,000. A bedroom port, a demurrage card near man, a moton near man 100,000 Ghana cedis. ECG for a chico near man $300,000. Tell a ne, Miss Antiman Chubia. One Chubia won't want to me or man Chubia womb, and that's the kind of swag $500,000. Internet and no crowd one Chubi, then you weigh $1.5 billion. Come as a muddin and I'm. And
says 50 no mo kan no nya no kro ho
don't question 650
na kwadwo
no don't question
ECG for na imported by ECG or managing director
yes
ECG or board
your mafia up to now want to meet you obia and a minister na who did television station china muchi website na mude
my question wonim baby am say minister no sabi no kra abi any baby so wo shepo ade de ba na akoko yi ade na so no say container no ye mfa ma mfa nkogu warehouse a shipping company no e ba ya a day or 2 day no wo yi oni mama wa no na ade eko eti container some ko hu 40 no na containers ni gu ho ana na yi ni ma na fi mo gu ho.
How did you get say 40
40 and na me busa question e na hu say 40 shipping company bia no be card here be 3,000 plus e ba na ho na mo ani yes sakwa container bia because me when last week cry my yika me boss ka makoko yi eyi we ya na container no mo dwene ho cha bibia ne ma wo e be do fie na ni mo mo dwene ho kese container no o man ni even 1 week and 2 days e dikra ka be bo nya ketewa e ti container mo kokko gu e na container 40 na gu oh nipa nka no kre do mo ye nya no kre container no nipa kro no India ni no mo ka no wo to ne ma no ko ya ka ni duru opa yigu wa no ta de ko back sa ai ka no the low bed no wo no fa ai no sa track no fa won ko back straight o ko sa de container na ko sa na ti o ko ni container ko ba o de ko ba bia to be wo empty container no wie pe no de ko ye dan e na container nda so gu ho no mo so ko enko to only for ko ai 40 containers na gu yin fa ni ayi machines na gu ni ayi machines ni gu on ma na be den wo say 40 say you container boy 100 mu niam gu on ma be den wo say 20 and 30 and 100 yen kan no krema Ghana for hu say ye ba ne de no kre na eba politics aye ba ye na nkrofogi ye tumu no eno ana say de ko eniam nsisi niam bi so ye eniam bi ntoto ye eno wo say I say ayi minority leader e wo issue about ECG muntino one day omo careful issues no the same thing NDC kokoto aba that mango issue buy hanum Me I mean nuya we are host to kwabra me ni nya banta ha den. So because of John ne brother abuka ho ntino. Nya de adam ango don be anyway. Entampa chief executive first second Ghana water near the Amakwan said, "They are uncle to compensate an MP. No, I them so okay, and a booking upon the MP. Ya can't ya me Yaka said, there you, yes, a for no, I constantly foreign cooperative. So, what do me? As some commercial court as the Supreme Court to get commercial court and assembly. Ya get docket round in the assembly. According to Supreme Court, so far I talk about we national for take over Nasa. I don't have the constitution for the because of because of when you
example normal.
Because of final marking tea issue when you met my catcher or Mampanin and Crow form the one by yes and this for by dancer. I say ECG case be anywhere 500,000 or 300,000 or contain now 1 by 2 and answer so much. Issues are by America now. Chinese for.
You want Ghana for no ha.
Na me.
You want Ghana for no.
Obi oto ade amata de. Nipa na oto no po hwehwe no me am to ede woni abem so makotum. Ana we oba be ka kire nipa. Me yara me da yare mpa so me say. Enko fa be so mo kire say yagi me ana.
Ana unim ana China ni no kra no de panyin ankasa na omo so odwane. Omudi nso eno omo so omuntimi fa ntodwa.
Picture no so fa ma.
Fa ma o si ni din so for security reason to omo amu.
Which security?
Na no watch omo de wo
na me me reka wa Accra FM a. Na me boss wi ade aba na wa be me we.
Now they call. Boss no see money din.
Okay, Kwame, mama me videos because seriously, Adia minister ya onu na lead on national security for na ball aso me say o ma ko ball bi so akwa hu kantan bi no mu niema
ya o kra de yere
ECG for no mu import ade ne ba Ghana no wo mo wa ha ECG for no mu ye importation ni wa ha customs for no what them have
Resha for there be ba ntamu
Aluminium rods. This one. That's the final.
Aluminium bars, aluminium rocks, so yes, or aluminium bars. Now, you can see it having
aluminium
rods. That's the product you are seeing.
Aluminium rods. This one.
Yes.
That's the final.
Aluminium bars, aluminium rocks, so yes, or aluminium bars. Now, you can see it having ongoing for so many years. From the intel we had here. Their own workers. This have been going on from 3-4 years ago.
Yes.
They were producing these products from the ECG cables. So it's not even a new thing. So you can imagine the amount of money that they have been able to get from it. And now people sell it very cheap to them. From here, I want us to go and then you see the modules, how they conceal it. They have a warehouse that when they buy, they stack all the cables there. But it was full, so they have to devise another way of concealing it. So all the car rims you are seeing there, it's not rims. It's actually cables. They have put the cables there and covered it up with the rims. So we'll go there, you look at it. They will now go to the warehouse itself and you also see the quantity of cables we have there. This is their firehouse also. You know the other one we saw firehouse. This is also their firehouse. So all the cables are brought here. You can see some stuck over there. So they burn it here and use it to produce all sort of different forms of the aluminium products. So that is what we have over there. So they are in the process of melting all this.
Nana mami dasi. Mi musa minister, baby obi an check ese nkoma no. Wonim bibi. Well, so adie no, mi say energy odi ka call there, but onye electrical technician as engineer, onti enema bi sase. But do pempen so ese busa question. Nana ma yisi ko kra enema ne ba ana me boa. Wo mo fan container sam ne nton chai. Ni enko. Yisi gibi o the 1,000 transformers ne buy. Me so she be I no ya 50,000. Cables be 20,000. Nana ma wutie me. And on as a young calculation say, Anya be look at some of the cables be 20,000 requests never ba. And on as the containers of the number at some of your container. Nana container means what? Shipping companies because what ship are the brewer. What buy and now beko you near mana go on day. What the container call? It is a container no more no money container no. And I'm interest more than container than 10 year money woman. And as a busa minister Anya be John. The Okan and to us here. Bisun si da ne bin si da ya wonam ball as social container no forget ni ewu ade kra yisigi for kra ye e dia pote no mo kra ye yisigi for ko kra transformer ananso mo kra cable ananso mo kra bus bar ananso mo kra main switch ananso mo kra cut out e dia pote no mo kra ye mo de ba ye ntia na meters e no mo kra ye dodo say quantity say e na Ghana receive say e na dia ka ne wo he e no na ese busa na what say specifically near man be on post or muyempa ya no mo hwe weather no ene the country na ekono ene o mo de ye well specifically o mo ye magana na e ba ye no ye ka se be ye crack transformer be 5,000 ECG be ye nsaka mu 2,000 3,000 no ene akodi nkrofo bi ono mo sa aton ama ye ni ate ase ne so nam wure mo hwehwe container ni ade ade no
akwadwo mi hu ye no ya chi nkrofo na suspect no ene a lead to investigation baby a eniema ni bi ana makati ya tia ya make arrest national security for an say police force national security for e make arrest ya do big ena do big ko endo oba ya na e bia fenyo mark o ya bo chairman na oni na approve e procurement any custom for no any energy minister say ya chi wo mu a o mo ya suspect ento mu na be lead to baby a na ema na de afa.
She said, I don't know container.
Suspect be anka ho.
Containers you enti bi so a.
Enti say no minister person o kire say omunim baby a containers ne wo. Ayede no omuhu baby a containers ne wo. Ayede no omuhu ye. Ya wo koso so a chese adwene woni timu bo enkire say enkrofo bi na say ko hwom na o ye de ye che omo. Na no sa me no na betra radio ahanum. Sa na national security fu ekokoso a Ghana dollars container be edum yerukai. Anu say ye hu baby ekosi ye. Okay. So I'm the Bank of Ghana. Under investigation.
Up to when?
The Alaji bid there.
Yes, Alaji Jania my munipa for up to na yenim de kosi ye. Yes, sir, what Moya de Yapasa, or Munya wears a ye and Adiana Yania Kokum Nam Yadiba Namna Bakama. Yan Mata be Musabi and Kofobi Mechuan Quasia Nam Yen Quasia. We I want to say, Enko Kesim Quasia, Kesum Kodan Quasiana. You better make sure said be able to be and near my cost with Nana. We saw the honor tia someone minister near the note him say and fuck crack. What about to charge you be a monka and who has out information for paper bunting? Nagana for any assume Jenny and Quenim. What must say? Yes, you for no more Nana. Wouldn't one of your directors Kakano Yapani Fubono. Wouldn't so many are promoted to be a mabinu a critical positions, you know. One more no more hono, woman and no more hand on no more head. The way better than Yaya Nana. And we are not going to say, we are minister, ATNTO, we are now one more per day. Container, then have your container, container, 3,000 container, then in the womb. And we hear the name of the container, Mubo, and near Ben Mokrabai, Mama Ghana for one cram Krabai, near whom by Bikran Yamano, say, Dudronaba, and Yazanka, Yana Zang. We got to allege that the matter is a when you say ECG for Yamana no Mokrano, individual phobia, Ekra Muniama, Nana. individual for be crown cable suni ade and on the goo ECG near money. Eti baba dru ye no on shops na I like your press square near mom to electric house no e ba ni a year no makofo mo fa kira kwajo mo niema eti anu ka bi fa say bi wetua 1 cedi a e bi wetua be 50 pesos na nde Ghana na tua ide ba wo de omno be fa niema what am I say eti container nde wetua ba enkofo akopeka mo niema fim kofie correct alaya entel amanya
no cry intel na wa pick no minister say Ejina Parliament catch the Ghana for say ECG contain so documents ewo hwa e back the minister kan ye
contain and beto wo na hwe ni contain ani
anu ye mfa ho
na hwe ni contain ani
kwadwei
o ma be fa ko
ye nim no
ya mato ase
yes ECG e import containers 3000 e hu sika ene ye yidi afi ECG account wo
import de na wo contain ani mu and I'm person one that be in container. You see, you container no important container the other day. What by building stadium and also by building the because Kunwata Santikotoko stadium no one container and building here. You see, now you see for pe when and I know containers are building Bibiana and also crab be in no container anymore. What did the container at the other day? At the end, and no container anymore. I don't know again. What must say? And as a minister to become a bitch, the minister, dear, and the make a word and chayo. I wait one on the sector, or they call it in Koye. Why am I who's and not in there? And so to crampa light and Miabugunia, so by Slegonia, the idea. And Miabu high tension, the idea more for the channel. Still now, but go for fun doom so. Because of the war Bob on Talk, Casania, there are no Mupe container. One say, I say, one or Madun Saba. What must say? And
I dear cry, wouldn't him a hard journey say. The way I started the free, 3,000 to
2,500.
2,003 no. And I all can so say or call on one castle so or call Temahaba Honomo and or call and 5 into him say MPP for Gina Sassam so.
I don't know judging him.
Who be was social media? I don't know what the shot MPP for how much I wouldn't say how much on the first video, my Sunday video amount. You can the parliament set 3,000 on my channel and on my son's video okay 2,500 and on my channel was 1,003 because what's any first video
1,003 a year on the paying so
what's your only video on the first you know can or say or call I don't know say bet me a bar
why not
so what mama me brother
oh kwame me the amount ni video no me fama me ba me de makwa me sesi a enti wo ko social media ba bia sesi a melo me mamu video we eno na MPP fo no use
let's say so mu use because one no nya baako wo kasa nsisi so enne wo kasa ade cha no akasa yi e be da na nya no be use position e de ama nipa na position kitikiti o e ye nagi minister na e de ama no obi adika kwa akototo ne pa bone wo ama nsem anko yi etu kɔ de so make sure so wo wani beto wo na bibia nso beba bonten abekasa no no adwene hu mienu ansa no aba bonten na me busa bibi o kanya bia issue we nka minister na so okɔ field ana na adwuma no ya minister na ma bonten den wokɔ adenta ECG a maame no wɔ ne Benedicta I car and Cranny ma bimino. Now him so on so NPP awura ni ma o de papa yeye o. De John Jina po ye bi. Enkofo mo permit na adade nyina wa je obi afọ magu o. Wo se do be 500 ono abekọ rounds. I da akọ check. Meanwhile inspectors for one some call rounds. What man say? Wo se we ono an be. Na no ensuo to nana. Ya endua bu atoto ne ma sa ECG for car o so to be release car no. Okwa be besi bia na si to release the same thing because the boss who here there omo mo na adenta ma me na make no car no na say na make kan di the omo boss here say na obi asoro no wa na mudam wo hwe container na so kra forms na so the inspection say na John person ya we a ye be mo so ya was a matter NDC ne kokum na no ba NDC nye we ne ka say be no nye say na tie wonti ade na say akokɔ trans no obi from amagi energy no to niyama yi wo di fi parliament wo di aba fe di order be say masate say so okɔ hu be some container be 30 something bi so anu so ni na so makɔ hu bi so ba bi tie no mo ye ho research
tie no ade no enko ena na de no shy hills de no ne yabobi
about $700 million worth of liquid fuel in order to fill the fuel deficit, because our gas today is inadequate to meet our fuel requirements. Consequently, require about $700 million worth of liquid fuel in order to fill the fuel deficit, because our gas today is inadequate to meet our fuel requirements. Consequently, Cabinet has approved a raft of measures aimed at tackling the situation in the medium, long, and even in the short term. Cabinet has approved that in partnership and in conjunction with the Finance Ministry, we take immediate steps to construct a second gas processing plant. We require about $700 million worth of liquid fuel in order to fill the fuel deficit, because our gas today is inadequate to meet our fuel requirements. Consequently, Cabinet has approved a raft of measures aimed at tackling the situation in the medium, long, and even in the short term. Cabinet has approved that in partnership and in conjunction with the Finance Ministry, we take immediate steps to construct a second gas processing plant. We require about $700 million worth of liquid fuel in order to fill the fuel deficit, because our gas today is inadequate to meet our fuel requirements. Consequently, Cabinet has approved a raft of measures aimed at tackling the situation in the medium, long, and even in the short term. Cabinet has approved.
Yabo wahada. Enti farmer no mame na mon farmer kwame ne yembo. Na afenyo make akasa afa ho ewo parliament. Na yembo no. Enti containers ni binie. Okay, where your container? On say mo share Facebook no. TV CTV so yada so live. CTV yada CTV so live.
The ensem nyina ebisi ha. Yada wasese wonya bra kan home the ensem nyina bana bi. Subscribe to channel no, like and share the media no ma afofro ensa enkami.
Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.